Hello, and welcome to GPC Online's Study Abroad program to Guatemala. My name is Priscilla Dodds, and I am one of 3 GPC professors who will be accompanying you on the Guatemala Study Abroad program coming in the summer of 2012. We hope that you will come with us to explore the mystery of the ancient Maya, experience the beauty of the Guatemalan highlands, and witness the diversity of the Maya and Spanish colonial cultures as we venture to 3 different areas of Guatemala. Your journey will introduce you to the magical land of the Maya in the southern highlands of Guatemala. If you're into the Maya, the mountains, or a million other things, you're bound to be captivated by this colorful tropical paradise. There you will see world-class archaeological ruins, tropical mountains and rainforests, pristine mountain lakes dotted with indigenous Mayan villages, vibrant and colorful native markets, Spanish colonial architecture, outback adventure, and much, much more. Guatemala is located in the stunningly beautiful Sierra Madre Mountains of Central America, an extension of the U.S. Rockies just south of the Mexican border. There, the skies are sunny, temperatures reach a comfortable 70 degrees during the day, and nights are refreshingly cool. So we hope you will come join us on an adventure into the magical land of Guatemala. We will be spending approximately 16 days abroad during the last 2 weeks of May. The remainder of the academic coursework will be conducted online when you return home. One of the greatest things about this GPC program is that the cost of the entire trip is only $1,900. So what exactly is hybrid online study abroad? Hybrid study abroad is a special program in which a small portion of the academic work is done abroad, in our case the last 2 weeks of May, and the remainder is completed when we return home in June. During your 16 days abroad, program activities will be devoted almost entirely to cultural immersion, on-site field trips to archaeological ruins, indigenous villages and Spanish colonial towns, colorful local markets, volcanoes, museums, guest lectures, and much, much more. Back home, the majority of the coursework will be done completely online via GPC's iCollege, so the same instructors will be with you for all 6 weeks, 2 weeks abroad and 4 weeks online. Our program of study begins at the stunningly beautiful mile-high Lake Atitlan, then on to the indigenous village of Chichicastenango, the student-friendly colonial city of Antigua, and then concludes at the awe-inspiring world-famous Maya city of Tikal. The courses that will be available for you to take include beginning and intermediate Spanish, cultural anthropology, introduction to sociology, quantitative skills in reasoning, and introduction to computing. Most students choose 2 out of the 6 courses that are available. Service learning on-site in Guatemala will be integrated into each of these courses as well. Our program activities include a number of excursions to colorful Maya indigenous villages, colonial towns, churches, museums, and world-class archaeological parks. Other activities will comprise adventure hiking and horseback riding up an active volcano, swimming and kayaking on Lake Atitlan, salsa dancing, and much, much more. One of our excursions will be to the UNESCO World Heritage Site of Tikal. There you will explore centuries of Mayan culture guided by GPC anthropologist and expert on the Maya, Ernie Guyton. And for you movie aficionados, Tikal was chosen as the site for the Yavin Rebel Base in the famous Star Wars movies. Did I mention? You will be arriving at Tikal via the Millennium Falcon. Just kidding, of course. In addition to archaeological sites, we will visit Mayan museums to learn about the ancient Maya as well as today's modern-day descendants and explore the world of Mayan architecture, sculpture, and art. Here you see a Mayan weaver. The Maya today still practice traditional ways of life, from farming to pottery to weaving, and still wear their native indigenous dress. Each village has its own market day displaying textile patterns and colors specific to that particular town. We'll be sure to catch at least several of these very, very colorful markets. As you can see, brilliant textiles and colorful weaving feature prominently in the Maya tradition. Other excursions will take you to Spanish colonial towns like Antigua. There we will base ourselves for 3 days of explorations and activities to include museums and markets, cathedrals, volcanoes, hike or horseback ride. It's your choice. For me, it'll be the horse. Not to mention getting down with a little nightlife in Antigua in the evenings. Did someone say salsa? And one of the very best things about this program is that the program costs are the least of all of the USG study abroad programs, only $1,900. This cost includes airfare, lodging in hotels, land transportation, 2 meals a day, field trips, excursions, and entry fees to museums, archaeological ruins, etc. To help make this trip a reality for you, we will be offering SGA scholarships of $500 available on a first-come, first-served basis. Several other scholarships will be available as well. Be aware that student loans and all financial aid, including the Hope Scholarship, federal loans and scholarships, Pell Grants, state scholarships and loans, can be applied towards the cost of study abroad. Just to give you a flavor of where you're going to be staying, this is the view from our primary hotel at La Casa del Mundo on Lake Atitlan. The only convenient way to get there is by boat. The view from your room at Casa del Mundo and our classroom. In Antigua, we'll be staying at Hotel Casa Antigua. Your room at Antigua? Pretty cool, eh? Breakfast in the courtyard. And this is a few photos of GP students on site in Latin America from our last trip abroad. So you might ask yourself, why should I study abroad? In 2005, Trends in Globalization convinced the Board of Regents of Georgia to make the recommendation that all Georgia College undergraduates should enroll in at least one program that involves travel abroad. Today, employers look for students with international cultural sensitivity and language skills when making the decision as to who to hire and who not to. Study abroad experiences can give you that competitive edge and make you stand out in the crowd. Not to mention that study abroad, in and of itself, is a fantastic educational and deeply enriching experience that nearly always is life-changing. So I will conclude with a few stunning photos from our Guatemala photo gallery just to give you a flavor of what you will be seeing and experiencing. So if you need more information, please feel free to contact me, Priscilla Dodds, Professor and Assistant Director for Guatemala Study Abroad, pdodds@gpc.edu, or come to the Center for International Education. You can also go to the CIE website at www.gpc.edu/gpcglobe/Guatemala. I do hope you can be on board with us next May. This will be a great trip, so don't get left behind. Thanks for listening.